Welcome back to a new video, continuing I guess my series of long videos, but it's not nighttime. It's actually about 6:25 in the morning. I have to be to work at 8, so I need to leave by 7:30. Now it's the first half of the day is a teacher work day, so I need to be there at 8, but also if I'm there right at 8, it's not like I'll be walking in late to a meeting. But make sure I don't catch my fingers. I'm going to do power snatches. I originally wrote a very similar session as to yesterday, but obviously I don't want to do that. I'm sore. It's the morning. Powers are always easier to just do. You don't really have to warm up for them. I'd like to get up to 80 in the power, 110 in the power clean and jerk, so do both of those lifts like yesterday. Just less reps, I guess. And I think the difference though is, so I'm going to do volume in the pull, but also back squats. Clean pulls today. Had 2 packets of instant oatmeal, 2 pieces of toast, and some coffee. So I'm well fueled for this hopefully quick session. But essentially I want to make sure I get the weightlifting stuff done. I wrote my day out to where I would come out here in the evening and do the squats and the pulls. So I mean, if I'm procrastinating too much, then I could always wait for the pulls at the end, which I need to make sure. I don't know where my phone is. I don't think I brought my phone out here. I'll have to pause this and make sure my phone's out here. I don't imagine I'm getting any messages or anything, but just to have a time check. But yeah, originally I was like, oh, just do power snatch plus snatch and all of that, but really doing the same session over and over multiple days in a row, it's not really that beneficial. And it's good to kind of obviously have variance in your days as far as obviously the reps and the weight and all that stuff, but also just the difficulty. For instance, tomorrow the plan is to do snatch balances. Then I'm going to do snatch plus snatch balance, and then some sort of push press. Also consider coming out here fasted basically in training, but I don't think I'm lifting heavy enough to where it would matter. Not that I'm a morning lifter really ever, but what I think we'll do a tactical pause so I can go grab my phone. Alright, so we're back with my phone. 6:30 exactly. So we're doing the same jumps as yesterday with 40, 60, 80, just because I'm doing powers and it's easier to do bigger jumps like that. It's just more, I mean, it's good for practice and volume and stuff like that, but it's also just like easier. It's easier just to take the 20 kilogram jumps. Hearing beeping outside, I don't know what that is. Like someone's alarm or something. It's not mine. The back's definitely sore. So pull-ups are working. I might go a little bit heavier in the back squats today. It's just singles. I don't know if I want to do it paused or not. We might jump to 160 from the last time I did the pause back squats at 140. We'll see though. But with it being about, I guess, a little after 6:30 now, we'll try to get this session done by 7. definitely be moving super fast and explosive this morning. Since I'm doing power cleans, I might actually use straps for them. It makes it easier in some sense, but much more difficult in others. Arms are too big, I'm too jacked. What I might do this evening, along with the pull-ups and stuff, so I'm essentially kind of flipping what I did the first 2 days. To do the pull-ups and the sit-ups in the evening, I might do some of the deficit push-ups. I don't think I'll do the benching. Honestly, I think I might just save that for once a week, because like it's pretty easy. Because I'm only going up to like 115 pounds, because I'm doing them inside with my pound plates. So they're pretty easy to just do a bunch of reps on. And essentially, I don't care what the weight I do, it's more so for the pump for those. Plus it's like, you know, since I'm on the ground benching, it's not really the safest position, I guess. But, I mean, I guess you just kind of just flop it down in front of you, but I don't really want to be benching like that in my house. You can't really get out unless it's, I mean, you just drop it in front of you. All right. Back's really sore. It's my left side, kind of like there if I reach back a little bit more. It doesn't hurt, but it's definitely sore. So hopefully it means the pull-ups are working that area. Without the caffeine before I trained in the evening yesterday, I was very sleepy at like 9 o'clock, which probably is good. So I might change some of the caffeine strategy, at least for now. Like, I mean, obviously I had coffee this morning because it's the morning, but in the evenings when I'm training lighter, at least during the week, then there's not really any point to load up on caffeine prior to that training session. But if I can theoretically maintain only having caffeine in the morning during the work week, then I will sleep. And I did go to bed quite early at like 10 o'clock and slept real well. So I've always been able to fall asleep after caffeine, but I kind of get ADHD at night when I have caffeine for training. So I'll just like randomly stay up. But I might be able to save the caffeine for, I mean, Saturdays, since that will be the heaviest session still. And then, I mean, Sundays will just be if I want to, because I'll train pretty early, but kind of save it for Saturdays and then still have remnants of caffeine. It's not like I avoid it. Like I had, there were some Coke Zeros at work, so I had a couple of, I think 2 of those during the day, but those are pretty light on the caffeine. I'm definitely yapping because I don't want to do this one. At least I can sit and squat, but yeah, my lats, I guess that's what it is, below mid-back on the outside is tight. It doesn't feel bad when I'm doing the lift, so hopefully do 80 better than we did yesterday. Yeah, I remember it being a little bit forward and my feet spreading out too much, which I think that's just going to happen. think we'll just jump right into it. Nice thing with 80 is even if I do it wrong, I'll probably still get it up. Let me make sure I just get it back in my hips and try to catch it in the paw, or catch it, pause in the catch, I should say. I was saying that backwards. Not very pretty, but we're working on it. We're working on it. It's nice there's no, pressure of beating or anything, so I can keep doing that 80 in these sessions and trying to make it better. If I had, it didn't really, my body's not really happy about lifting this early. So theoretically, I could just repeat that to practice it, but at least now, just getting used to the frequency. Tactical burp. We'll do the tactical reset as well. So my wrists and stuff are still, I think the easiest way to describe it is sore. They don't hurt, but they're definitely getting work without using wrist straps. When I have straps on, it kind of protects the wrist or supports the wrist a little bit, which is one benefit of straps with cleans if you have the front rack for it. It's mostly my left wrist, but I think it's one thing that will be beneficial as I get used to doing all this without wrist straps on. Legs actually, I don't really have any issues. More so, low back's a little sore, mid back and wrist. But probably do the same jumps I did yesterday, 70 to 110. Commit to really punching my elbows under, so I'm not doing anything too funky with it, but just one clean or one power clean and one jerk. Maybe theoretically I could do a Tuesday morning session every week, but it doesn't sound very fun. I definitely feel it in the left, but just soreness. Thankfully, if it hurt, I would just throw wrist straps on. But perhaps that extra range of motion that I get now without the wraps on will help. That's probably why it's sore, and will help just make it stronger as I get used to it. It was very similar to 80. It might be ugly, but as long as I commit punching under really hard, then catching it will be fine. Was not mentally ready for that. We'll try it one more time. Definitely felt heavy, but I just didn't pull was not aggressive at any point in that lift. That's the 6:30 a.m. vibes right there. Was ugly. Was very ugly, but same kind of thing I mentioned with the snatches, like just trying to make that particular weight look better. And it's always feels good to like miss a Clark lift and then come back and make it. Really, that first one, I didn't even like try. That was so weird. But honestly, the squats will be probably the easiest. I guess pulls are always easy, but strength work in the morning is always a little bit easier than trying to snatch and clean and jerk. But golly gee. Those did not feel good, but I mean, it could be a nice tool to have to be able to lift in the morning. Frees up my evening. I mean, this evening I have open house, which it ends at 6:30, which means I get home close to 7, which means I probably wouldn't even be able to lift till 7:30. And I'd be kind of in the same boat as I am right now. So lifting in the morning is basically the equivalent of lifting after that long of a work day. Lifting that late isn't usually that big of a deal. Right, Clark. Make a note, difficult for both top sets. We're at 7:15 now, so time-wise, really good time. And because these are just singles, they should go pretty quick, to be honest. Still sweating pretty bad, but they're certainly not as bad as I was sweating last night, or last afternoon actually. I was lifting pretty early. But, let's get, we'll do regular squats. The 70, 120, 140, 160. Unless something feels weird, and I mean, my legs actually feel really nice right now, but if my back feels weird, it is a little bit tight. But anytime I've had this tightness, as long as I maintain my back position, then I don't ever have issues, even if it's worse than this. It's when I let my back become loose, and then I pitch forward and bad stuff happens. Also could be sore from the front squats yesterday, really emphasizing my left arm, as there could just be a muscle weakness there. So there, I don't lift with a perfectly straight back to pick up these plates, but I suppose when you can deadlift 600 plus pounds on a regular basis, your back can handle a 70 kilo or a 25 kilo plate, a 70 kilo plate. I don't know if I want to lift a 70 kilo plate. That sounds kind of unpleasant. I know at the gym they have 50 kilo plates, and those are unbelievably hard to move. They don't have ridges like these, they're flat. They have a ridge on one side and then it's flat on the bottom. When they're flat on the bottom, oh my gosh, is it hard to get underneath it. All right. Yeah, back to everything feels good. A little bit crackly in the legs, but that's always how it is. What's interesting too is usually my low back hasn't been hurting, it's just been sore, and I think it's because I've introduced squat volume and pull-ups and a bunch of stuff back in. Sit-ups as well. After I train, it feels better, which A, it tells me it's not an injury. That if it's an injury, it would feel worse after training. But also it tells me that there's probably, I mean, with the soreness, getting that blood flow in. I don't know if it loosens it up is the correct word, because I don't really have like a mobility restriction, but see some blood flow in there. It should start to adapt pretty quick. If anything, I know for sure for training is my back. My back will adapt to any sort of training I do. I'll do squat volume and my deadlift will go up, but it's 120. We'll go up to, we'll do 150 and then maybe 170. I feel slightly where I had quad tendonitis, but very, very slight, especially considering I don't have any wraps on. Usually that would make squats feel a lot worse, but when you're kind of pushing everything heavy, you kind of need that stuff to get through sessions because you're kind of pushing your body to the max. So this is 150. But speed and everything feels good, feel confident, like bouncing out of the bottom. So that part's all fine and dandy. Very easy. Same kind of like slight. It's just I guess the easiest way to describe it is like it doesn't hurt. I'm just noticing it. So like there's nothing on. I feel a little bit very slight in the left hip. I guess if I'm thinking like out of a 10, the hip is like a 1. Meaning I'm noticing it, but it's not doing anything. This, I would say it's like a 2 or a 3. I'm noticing it more than the hip, but it's, again, not limiting. I'd say 2. The back, that muscle tightness, I'd say a little bit more at like a 4, because I notice it more on the pull part of the snatch and the clean. But when I'm doing these, I don't feel it at all. So keeping my back rigid is doing fine. So this 170. I did have this session written down originally as regular squats, not pauses, but I think I don't need to do pauses every time. Could be good to have one session mixing it into singles, and then having this session just be singles of a regular back squat. So just having the variance. But this will be the top set. Should be about right. 150 felt fine. I think I could do as much as 190 today, but 190 would be, I'd have to get a little hyped up for it. say that, and then 170 will move really slow. Yeah, definitely could have done 190. I think it would have been like irritating on that, but speed and the positions felt really good. So can't complain about that. I think I planned on doing pause reps. We'll do a tactical reset. Don't run out of time. I think I put pause cleans. Yeah, pause below the knee. So same thing as I did with the snatches. Doubles at 70, 100, 120, 140. Could be 3 doubles at 140. Sorry, neighbors. I'm not a CrossFitter. I don't know how to control the weights down very comfortably. Yeah, I put a 3x2. We are at 655, so power through these. Really need to be like out the door at 7:10, out of here, this door. So I have time to get ready comfortably. We're gonna go to 110 since I already have the blue right here. Okay, we'll do 110. We'll just do bigger jumps. 110 and then 150. So I did the snatch pulls at 120, so 150 is a good pairing number for something like that. I don't feel any discomfort in the back, which is nice. It's like I'm good at pulls or something. Where's Mother Blue? It's probably hiding behind here. Yeah. So let's still do the 3x2. About to say, honestly, the pulls feel good, but like, when a pull's ever not felt good? Could have 2 broken legs and a severed spine. I'd be like, you know, the pulls actually feel pretty good. This will be me here when I'm 75. Like, the squats were hard, but pulls felt pretty good. Sweat is getting on the bar. My hands are so sweaty. They're just, there's no chalk anymore. Really, it's less of my palm sweating now. It's the sweat going down my arm. But yeah, straps on, it doesn't matter too much. For lighter pulls too. All right, second set. Tactical burp. I suppose my breakfast is actually sitting pretty nice, which is good. When I first came out here, like bending over, I was like, I'm a little full, but all right, one more. Very heavy session is almost going to be basically 30 minutes. It'll probably be like 7:05 when I get in. But to do all of the 4 lifts is quite nice. I got up at 5:15 and ate breakfast and stuff before I came out here and tried to let it settle and whatnot. All right, one more set. All right, that's it.